And welcome back to the second part of my tutorial. As you can see, the exit buttons and the other two buttons, they do nothing. So I'm going to exit out and let's go straight to where I intend to define my functions. So right there, the very first function I'm going to take care of would be that of exit. I'm going to call that iExit and enter parentheses in there. Now right underneath I would say iExit equals, take enter, dot, and I want to call the message box right there, double click on that, dot, and let's use ask yes or no right there. Now in here I'm going to now enter the title. I'll call that income, tax and wages calculator. And close that. And I will then enter comma and then add my second argument, which is going to just be confirm. If you want to exit there. Now let's use an if statement to validate the selection made. If iExit is less than and equals to 0, then root dot, and I want you to destroy right here. Okay, close that and let's say return. Okay, that is my function exit taken care of. I'm going to copy that, so let's go straight down to where the button is, and I will now use this button to call function exit. So right here, comma, then you write command equals iExit. Now the other one I'd like to declare would be reset. So let me just, since I'm here now, let's come right down here and paste that in there and just call that. I'm going to call that function reset. There we go. Functions reset command is already included on the code. However, I have not declared that function, so I'm going to create that very function now. Function reset there. And what do I want to reset? I want to reset every single one of my variables. So I'm going to copy all of these variables that I have in here and come right down here, just paste them here. We need to get it indented, so select it all, control, and there we go. Yeah, so all I just need to do is come in here, so dot set and clear. So copy all of this and just use it, replace the string variable that were declared. Right, you see that? So that makes life easy. Okay, that's the resets taken care of as well. Now the other method that I'm going to declare would be to take care of the calculations and so on. Alright, reset is taken care of. Right, so let's try this reset out and the exit. So come in here and just run the program and see how they're going to respond to that. Okay, you see here I enter a semicolon instead of colon. Yeah, do that again. Here we go. Now run the program. Oh, there should be indent. I meant to indent this as well. Okay. Alright, the system is running. Okay, that's fine, that's working. No, I do not want to exit. So let's enter whatever in here. And just reset. Okay, the reset is working. However, I would like this reset to just add all of this for me. Okay, let's come in here. See this? I want them on my resets. So try out the exit again. Yeah. Right. Now in here I'm going to enter. Let's go for select tax. Select tax period. Now the next one, this one, tax code, I'm going to call that select tax code. And finally that will be select payment. So when I click on reset, I should be able to see all of those instructions instead of just clearing them out. Okay, let's see. Alright, resets. Yeah, that's good. Okay, exit. That's fine now. So now underneath here I'm going to have to create another function that will take care of the calculations for us. Okay, right underneath here, let's enter the method for most of the calculation, and in here I will use this very method to define the date. So date time dot, we want that to be date, and it's going to be dot today. Okay, let's look for today and enter parentheses there. Right, that's one. Then this very D1, that's the variable that I've local variable that I've declared for date. Now I'm going to now enter pay date. Pay date is right here. So pay date is going to be assigned, that is the variable dot D1. So pay date is right here where I have my date. This should be known as, I'm going to change this to NI number. I don't want to get confused with that. Okay, that's fine. Alright, where's my date? We can just, there we go, that's the date here. So I have my variable pay date there. Text variable equals pay date, and that's the variable I've just assigned D1 to right here. Okay, the next thing I would like to do inside this method is I'm going to call on non-taxable wages and paste that right underneath here. The non-taxable wages itself, let's say dot, and that is going to be set, open the parentheses, and in there I'm going to add pay before tax, this very one. Okay, that's going to be get paid before tax. And we just need to delete this and change that to get. Right. So whatever we have in here is assigned here. Pay before tax. Let's declare another variable. I'm going to call that q equals float, and this very float is going to be the payment. Okay, paste that in here. Change this to get parentheses. So whatever we have inside payday is assigned here. That should be payment. This is then assigned in here, and we now need taxable wages. For the taxable wages, all I'm just going to do now is I'm going to add Q in there, and in here, hold on, let's declare another variable which is called that float. That non-taxable. Yeah, so non-taxable will be deducted from the whole amount. Okay, when we deduct the amount that is now taxed from the total amount here, we should get a value, and that will be taxable wages. So whatever we get, we can tax that. That's fine. Now let's come down in here and just take care of something for the reference. So I'm going to say random dot run int, and I'm just going to make up some value in there, and let's say comma up to, yeah, right, that's fine. Yeah, that is fine. So okay, let's just make that 0. Alright, so that will generate random values for me, and I'm just going to call that random reference equals string x, and random reference is then assigned to reference here, employee reference. Copy all of that, paste that in here. Okay, that's fine. This function here, I'm just going to call that very function within the other function that will carry out most of the calculations. Alright, so let's come back in here and say define employee tax code. Okay, as for the employee tax code, I'm going to say the values equals string, and that's going to be from self dot combo tax code, right, dot get. Okay, and now this value, let's make up another local variable equals values. Now let's use an if statement to validate whatever we have in here. So we're going to now say if tax code that I call T code, let's say equals. Now we need to know the data that we have inside the combo box itself. Here, those are the data that I need this. I'm going to copy those because I need them. Let's paste it right here. Okay, the very first one. If it's equals to this, close that and just comment the rest out. I'm going to need them later on. Alright, so that's the very first one. Okay, then let's say payment. We need the payment equals what? Payment in this case will be, let's set the following value inside the payment. That will be pay before tax. Pay before tax dot get. Alright. In here. Get rid of this, else there will be an error. Okay, now one part of it is taken care of. In that case, let's call this function here payday. I'm just going to call that function in here. Right, we've called payday. Then we also need to carry out one or two more calculations. So tax paid equals float, so that we can find out the taxable wages. Taxable wages dot. Okay, that is fine. Let's use another if statement to now validate the selection made. Okay, if this very one is less than and equals to 1200, then we want tax paid dot set this there, and that is that done. So the only thing left for us now to do is to call this very function inside my combo box. So I'm going to copy that function and let's scroll right down here. Okay, right here inside combo, I'm going to call that. Let me paste what I've just copied, but I must get this bind first. Copy that, and let's say it's right up here. Okay, dot bind here, and we then open a bracket with a quote. Okay, and we call combo that will be box, combo box selected, and close that there. Then we then call this very, yeah, that's it, and come out here and close that. So I've just called this function inside my combo box. Now let's try it out. Okay, before I can try it out, I must save it first. Oh, I am meant to enter ABTD. Okay, else we have an error. So let's save and run it now. See. So the only one I'll be able to have a look at will be 1200. So let's see how that's going to work. There we go. We come in here and just select these. There. See that, guys? It's working how we want. Also, it generated the reference number, date, and it's telling us if the wages is 1200, this guy will not be taxed. If we try the other ones, nothing will happen because I have not entered the function for those ones. So close that. So what I'm going to do now is come right down here and use else if right there. So I'll come right down here and use else if the selection made is this, we want this. So I'm going to copy that and use that for the others. Now paste, and if the selection made is this, yeah, that's the next one. There we go. Copy, paste. The selection made is that. This one is 5. There. Okay, now the income also changes. I think that will be about 30-something thousand. No, not 30-something, 3,000 plus. Let's see. I have the wages selection here. There we go. Copy that. Get rid of this, I don't need it anymore. Paste. That's 3,000 plus 3,200. Next one here is 2,700 plus, and followed by 2,230. Okay, 2,230, and we have this. So that's fine. Now, if this is 20%, this will be 25% tax, this will be 30%, and here you will be 35%, maybe 0.7. That is the tax. Right. Now, the maximum non-taxable allowance is meant to be about 1,200. And finally, we need a function that will take care of the add wages and so on button. So that is the function there. I'm just going to get it indented. There we go. And I'm going to call this very function here. Copy that, and let's scroll right down to the button underneath here, the total button there. So in there we just say command equals that. Right. Okay. So that is the button that should execute the whole calculation, wages calculation. So I'm going to save that, and let's run it and see. We have an error. Okay, it's not defined. It is defined. Let's see. Okay, maybe it's not well indented. Let's come back in there. That's it here. Oh, it's right. It's not well indented, so it should be out. Oops, undo that. Select it all. Hold on to the control there. Alright, let's try it again. There we go. And now we select the period of payment, and let's say the tax code is that. Here you see that. Then we enter the employer. Let's say the employer is Lucy Railways. This is Railways, right? Okay, and employee name is, let's just say, Harry Stanmore, and job title of Harry Stanmore, we can call him a driver, and NI number, NI code. All we then need to do is to click on calculate wages there. See that, guys? So everything is working. We can reset. Let's go back to our code. I just want to clear out something. You see this very one that I copied earlier? I'm going to clear it out. Right, now let's run our program again. So, but before then, take a good look at the lines of codes up to here. Now up to all of the variables. Now the function for exit, function for reset, function that take care of the calculation that was then called inside the employee tax code. Inside the employee tax code, all of the calculations were then taken care of. There they are. And bring it down. And this is the calculation that sum of the gross pay, deduction, and the net pay. This takes care of that. And all of my widget, the upper left widget, the bottom widget, right frame, and lower widgets, left frame, and the buttons. And that's it. So let's run our program again. Now select the wages, tax period. Let's go for tax period is October. Right, wages selected. Employer, I'm gonna call that Omen Aviations. Employee, that will be Captain Peter Shaw. Captain Peter Shonoko. And title, job title is an airline pilot. All they need to do is click on calculate wages. There we go. It's national insurance number. We need to add that and add his tax code as well. There we go, guys. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe and join and become a member of my channel. And for those guys who are member of my channel, Kate, thanks a lot for being a member. Tony, thanks a lot as well, and the other members. So you all have a nice day now, and bye for now.